This box is full of Sonic movie merchandise, costing over $500. And whilst this is already one of the coolest boxes I've ever had in my room, what makes it even better is that thanks to JP fans, all of the items in here are Japanese exclusive items. Now, I'm not going to show you what's in the box that quickly, come on now. But all I can say is that the last item that I unboxed in this video is genuinely so insane, I actually have no idea how I managed to get my hands on it. So make sure to stick around for that one, because that one is actually pretty insane. But without further ado, let's move on to the first item, which is the Sonic Movie 3 Movie Shadow Bangle, one that if you see my shorts, you've probably seen me discuss already. But for those of you unaware, this was some merchandise that only Japanese viewers of Sonic Movie 3 were able to obtain. For some reason, this was only available in Japan, which really is surprising, as this is some of the coolest movie merch possibly ever. Now, me being a greedy boy, I couldn't just get one. Movie Shadow has 2 arms, so I need 2 of them. But now, looking at the packaging, it's pretty darn simple. A see-through box with the classic promotional image on, I think, every single piece of Sonic Movie 3 merch in existence. However, tearing open this nice plastic bag, which is something that JP fans do to protect your order, just saying, we could finally tear open this transparent box holding the bangle. But I'm not going to focus on the packaging. Why would I care about packaging when I have something that's touched Shadow the Hedgehog's glorious black wrists? Now, following the instructions, of course I had to wear this thing, and here's how it looks on my wrist. Pretty nice on... Wait, what am I saying?
I am the ultimate life form. It's me, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Now, ignoring what sounds like a pretty slow Shadow the Hedgehog, the bangle is really nice. It has Project Shadow and the film's Tokyo logo on the inside. The shine looks really nice in person, and it's just a sweet accessory for any Sonic movie fan. Or anyone who's obsessed with Shadow the Hedgehog, which, let's be honest, if you're a Sonic fan, there's a good chance that's you as well. But hold on, I got 2. Why am I not opening the second one?
And yes, I'm keeping the other one in the box. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, he's a nerd and he's a collector. I'm such a collector. Look at this pristine mint-condition item. Yeah, that is what it is, and that's what I'm gonna keep it as.
But hold on. I've been mentioning JP Fans quite a lot, but what exactly is it? Well, allow me to explain. JP Fans is pretty much a proxy shopping service if you want to buy any sort of item from Japan. As you're about to see in the rest of this video, a lot of cool Sonic merchandise will only get released in Japan, not allowing anyone overseas to buy it without a lot of fees. But JP Fans pretty much eliminates all of that for you. They combine a bunch of marketplaces in Japan like Amazon Japan and Mercari, letting you make a big cart of whatever you want and then you buy it through their service. Once you've paid and bought all your items, JP Fans will then go to those sellers and buy the items for you. And once they've bought the items, it arrives at their warehouse, which they do actually send you inspection photos of your items just to make sure that everything is up to standard and it's what you paid for. And once it's all arrived in their warehouse, you can put it in a big basket, pay the shipping fee to get it over to you, and there it is. Now, something very interesting about working with JP Fans is if you click the link on my YouTube channel description, my special sign-up link, or use my promo code MasonPYT, you can get up to $86 in coupons to start buying stuff. I'd of course again like to thank JP Fans for sponsoring this video, and promo code MasonPYT, don't forget that, I mention it quite a bit in this video. However, back to the next item. Now, next up on the chopping block is this Sonic the Hedgehog 3 promotional manga. Now, this was again an exclusive Japanese manga that was made to help promote the movie, pretty much serving as a prequel to the film's story. But what's interesting about this manga is flipping it around to the back, you can see that there's also a preview to a manga that was also Japan exclusive, made to promote Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, opening this thing up, the only thing I can really comment on is the artwork, since despite the fact that I am working with JP Fans to make this video, I cannot read Japanese at all. So whilst I'm sure the story for this manga is beautiful, I can't really comment on that, but the artwork for this thing is incredible. I especially love this one woman's reaction to Shadow in Tokyo. It's so valid and one I imagine many would have seeing him on the streets like it's normal. Oh yeah, she's also wearing what appears to be a Chow hoodie. Nice. The comic of course also features Sonic, Tails and Knuckles with some nice artwork of them all. I love the way they've been drawn in this manga, it is so cool.
It's the gang.
Now, quickly flipping it over to check out the preview pages for the Sonic X Shadow Generations manga, which is actually titled Jet Black Shadow, the artwork is just as spectacular. There's also a panel where it seems Shadow just has no feet, no shoes, and not even any toes, it's just nubs. Overall, a really solid manga from what I'm able to understand. It's so cool and I'm really happy to have it. The cover art for both issues is also incredibly sick, but of course I'm displaying it with the Sonic movie cover. Now, this one probably looks a little strange to you. It's the iconic poster for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but how it looks when originally released in Japan. Cool, right? Well, I thought so too, and so when I saw a listing available for 50 of these flyers, naturally, I got that too. And just in case you didn't believe me, yeah, that is definitely 50 flyers. Now, looking at one of the flyers more in detail, we of course have the poster visible on the front, but the back is actually way more interesting. The big text in the middle reads Shadow vs Team Sonic, with a bunch of information and facts about the movie, also showing images of Keanu Reeves to promo that he's voicing Shadow the Hedgehog, and of course showing off that Jim Carrey is playing 2 characters in the film. It's all put together really nicely, and it was too good to pass up on the chance to get 50 of them. Now, there's not really much else that I can comment on. I mean, I like the Japanese logo for the poster, that looks cool on there. But what I will say is, if I was living in Japan and saw one of these stuck to a wall or put up somewhere, it would definitely convince me that the movie was worth giving a look into, and if there was 50 of them, I definitely want all of those as well. Now next up, this isn't something Sonic movie related, I know, but it is still something Sonic the Hedgehog, and come on, let me have this, please! However, this is a little collectible figurine that was made like everything else exclusively in Japan to help promote Sonic Frontiers' release. It depicts Sonic in a menacing looking pose protecting two of the Coco, which I just think is adorable and I love it. I wanted this thing for the longest time, but never actually found a way to end up getting it, but when JP Fans reached out and I saw it available on their site, which many still are, and you can get some from there with, you know, my sign up link and the promo code, MasonPYT, I knew I had to get it. Now, getting through all the tape, I was first greeted by a big black circle, pulling that out of the plastic packaging, which was a mission due to more tape. I was greeted with the beautiful sight of the Sonic part of this figurine. Now, taking a closer look at him, the paint job on him is really well done. I love his expression, all the little details are done so nicely. It's just really well made, but of course now we've got to slide him onto the black circle, and it's pretty easy. Look at him. So now we move on to the Coco. They look really accurate to the games, with one having a more fearful expression on their face, while another one has more of a tired/worried one on theirs. Now, sliding these things into the stand is actually done with some black bars that slot into them. I had to do it off camera, otherwise it would have taken me too long because I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. But here it is. The quality of this thing is just so good. I know I've said that already, but I just love the pose, I love the modeling, and I love all the little details. Whilst I'm not saying this is a complaint, it would have been cooler for the figure to have a base similar to a grass-looking texture found in the game, but I mean, that's really not a problem, I'm not going to lie, it's perfectly fine. It's an incredible little collectible, and I'm really happy that I finally got my hands on him. And the next item is, whoa, a white tube? No, I'm just kidding. Pulling ever so hard out of the white tube reveals a black tube. I'm only joking again. Subscribe to the channel for more epic jokes like these. Now, actually getting into the package, this was something I didn't even know existed, but it's a special scrolling tapestry for Sonic Racing Crossworlds that comes with the Japanese exclusive collector's edition of the game. There are other items in the collector's edition, but I only got this scrolling tapestry since I loved the artwork. And to be honest with you, when I bought this thing, I didn't know that there was any other items to come with it. I thought it was just the tapestry. And the art was originally up for sale on the More Art Gallery and made by an artist by the name of Yui Karasuno. And I know movie characters aren't in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, but Sonic's in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and if Sonic Frontiers can fly, so can Sonic Racing Crossworlds too. The artwork can flap really nicely. I don't know why I did that to showcase this thing. And it's way bigger than I expected it to be, but it's just a nice item to have. And it's right next to me as I edit this video. Isn't that fun?
Warning to any mega superfans of Sonic the Hedgehog. The next products could be a little scary to you. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, alright, you can't even see the logo, but it's Mario Kart World, okay? It's Mario Kart, alright? This was a cool looking sign and I wanted it, alright? Leave me alone. I wanted this sign. I thought it was cool.
At this point, it really does seem like every item is drifting further and further away from the Sonic movies, doesn't it? Just like all other items in this video, this is an item that was only available in Japanese Nintendo stores. It hasn't released anywhere else. Now, before I get hit with an onslaught of tomatoes from the audience for even daring to bring a Mario product to a Sonic video, let's open this thing up. Pulling it out of the plastic, we can see even I don't know how to get it off, but as it turns out, it's stuck to the cardboard. The quality on this thing is really nice, but I wasn't expecting it to be made out of the material it was made of. I was expecting it to be something more like a tin metal kind of feel, but instead it's just kind of fancy cardboard. That's the best way I can put it. And that's also right next to me as I edit this video too, the best of both worlds. You get it? Cross worlds, Mario Kart world. Like and subscribe for more epic jokes. I promise you, this is the last Super Mario item in this video. I had to sneak it in, like a recovering alcoholic sneaking vodka in a water bottle. I had to dip my toes in and see what I could get away with. Now, the box for this dude is so cool. I love Mario jumping towards Bowser on the front and having them all in a little face-off. Mario did not need to be there, but I'm glad he is. However, pulling the Koopa King out of his casing, we can see this is one hefty dude. He has a lot of clear plastic in all his joints to ensure nothing goes crazy or breaks on the travel, which I appreciate. Now, he also comes with interchangeable accessories like an interchangeable fire-breathing mouth. And what seems to be a couple jazz hands, little openable hands. That's cool. And in case you were just curious on size comparisons, here he is next to Mario. Pretty similar sizes, which is confusing for a dude as big as Bowser. Last time I checked, he's bigger than Mario. But there are still no complaints from me. It's a really cool figure and super well made. I told you we were going back to Sonic the Hedgehog, okay? I told you, as this is the Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary statue by Numskull, released back in 2021, you know, if it's Sonic's 30th anniversary, depicting a scene from Sonic the Hedgehog 1 of classic Sonic running very determined away from Eggman's huge ball. What? Now, this thing was packaged really well with a nice little plastic wrap over the box, keeping this thing safe, which, thank you, JP fans, that is the thing that they do. I'm just saying, promo code MasonPYT. However, ripping off the nice plastic bag encasing it, we see a logo for the 30th anniversary of Sonic, which...
30th anniversary? That shows how old this guy is. 35, catch up, brother. Oh god.
Wasting no more time in opening this box, there is a random piece of paper that comes with the incredibly bubble-wrapped statue to keep it safe. However, tearing the statue out of the bubble wrap, we can see it in all of its glory, and this thing is so cool. All the little details are nailed, like the base plate Sonic and Eggman are on, the totem pole, the wrecking ball, every part of this thing is so cool. Looking closer at Eggman, we can see how detailed the statue truly is, and it's so well done. Also getting a closer look at Sonic 2, I love his expression. The colors are so nice and vibrant on him, and it all just pops. I love everything about it.
I'm gonna get you, Sonic.
Oh no, Eggman. I'm not gonna let you catch me. You're done for. I'm gonna run away from your big ball. Oh, Sonic.
This is another item that I had no idea existed until finding it through JP Fans' search. A special Sonic X Shadow Tokyo Mission coaster featuring Sonic and Shadow. But once we open up the bag that JP Fans shipped stuff in to protect it really well, promo code MasonPYT, we can get another bag open. Now, one thing I really love about the coaster is that it's cool artwork versions of 2 official renders that they used for the film. They could have just slapped the renders on, but they had it in cool 2D form. That's so sweet. On the back is the Japanese logo for the film, as well as some copyright for Paramount and Sega too. Now, whilst this is a cool coaster, I am obviously not using it because I don't want to get stains on this. This thing is so awesome, and like the other pieces of exclusive merch from Japan, I'm confused on why this never got a release anywhere else, as this truly is an item I could have seen myself getting 20 of and using them with the finest of china in my house when guests come over. Now, next up on the list is the Sonic X Shadow Generations Japanese exclusive collector's edition. What a mouthful. Now, I know this technically isn't the Sonic movies, but I can tell you that the last item on this video is Sonic movie related. And technically the Sonic movies do appear in this product in quite an interesting way, so stay tuned. Now, attempting to get the box out of this nice protective plastic with a nice clean object that YouTube won't demonetize me for holding on a video, you can see that my collector's edition came with something even more exclusive than the box itself, that being an exclusive classic Sonic keychain, which was only available to people who pre-ordered this edition through the Ami website. Taking this bad boy out, I mean, it's nice quality. I like the red and blue gradient circle around it with the game's logo to finish it off. However, we still have a collector's edition to open. And after pulling this huge white box out of the Sonic X Shadow Generations box, which yes, I have kept and is on display right now. Now, opening said white box, we're greeted by the Nintendo Switch edition of Sonic X Shadow Generations, as well as a neat little box containing all of the collector's edition benefits. Now, first we'll take a look at the game itself. Featuring the coolest cover art available for the game, we see Sonic and Shadow on the front and a nice description of the game on the back, which I can't read. However, reading into the grey sticker on the top of the game's case, it seems like it's talking about Sonic Movie 3 in some fashion, so it's not a lie, and this technically is a Sonic movie product. But I actually lied to you, as we're firstly looking at the art book for Sonic and Shadow Gens. Now, as you can kind of tell on the camera, the nice squiggly line texture isn't just an image on the cover, but rather is an actual squiggly bumpy texture that's all over the outside. However, flicking inside, we see a bunch of renders, concept artworks, and lots of different beautiful pieces for the game. At the time of recording this voiceover, I can proudly say I've flicked through this thing countless times, because there's just so many treasures inside. Now though, we move on to 2 more benefits, a nice bust of Shadow as well as keychains of a Sonic and Shadow shoe. After removing their insane amounts of tape, I was greeted by some plastic which had more tape on. But now, with the tape finally gone, I was actually able to get my hands on the bust. The quality of this thing is incredible. It makes me feel like I could bust. He has a great expression. I love the inclusion of the black arms emblem in his hand, and even the nice little Shadow the Hedgehog logo on the bottom to complement the entire thing. And he was like the main reason I wanted this whole collector's edition in the first place. But next we have the keychain. Some pretty nice models of both characters' shoes. They can dangle really well and have some beautiful certified ASMR. Take a listen.
Oh, I listened to that ASMR. Oh, that's certified ASMR. Certified ASMR. For real.
But now we move back onto the game itself. Trying to take off this soft, beautiful plastic was an incredibly satisfying experience, similar to the feeling of seeing Shadow the Hedgehog's sheer beauty for the first time. Now, popping this beauty open, we're greeted by the Sonic Movie 3 sticker. I did not think the one that I bought came with the sticker, so this was a very pleasant surprise for me. And yes, I'm keeping the sticker sealed. So what? Now, looking inside, we have the normal artwork used for the game, so basic and not as cool as the one that they used on the front of the casing for theirs. However, we have to see if this will work on my Switch.
Please work and load on my Switch. Oh my god, it actually works. I can play this game whenever I want now.
Now, can I redeem the skin code?
Well, if that last one's anything to go by, this one should work like a breeze. What? No, it doesn't Timmy, no. How do I get my Sonic Adventure skin? God, I hate you, Sega Region Lock.
And one nice comparison I made from looking at the spines of these game cases, the Japanese one has the Sonic X Shadow Generations logo present near the Switch logo. I haven't seen another game do anything like that, so that's something that makes me love this even more. Now before we get into the big final item of this video, I just want to quickly mention again that you can get up to $86 in coupons when using my code MasonPYT or using my sign up link that's located in my card as well as my YouTube bio. But without further ado, we get on to... I genuinely do not know how I got my hands on this. When surfing through the various options that were available on the JP Fans homepage, I found someone who seemed to be selling the Knuckles standoff statue made by First 4 Figures for the promotion of Sonic Movie 2 for a lot less than First 4 Figures were asking for. So naturally, I bought it, and whilst it did end up delaying my package due to the sheer weight and size of this beast, I was not backing down. And after waiting and waiting much shorter than I thought, JP Fans genuinely sorted my stuff out very quickly. It arrived, and here he is. Now opening the box, we're greeted by some nice black foam encasing a neat little red card that I am going to have to censor due to it being an authenticity type thing, and that is mine. However, getting this black foam out of the box, it was time to use my YouTube friendly package opener item and take a look at what was under the black foam. Taking off the white packaging, I was met with the actual statue. Getting a first look at the base for the statue, featuring some really realistic looking cobble texture and some of Robotnik's destroyed Eggman badniks smashed in there. At the bottom we see I got number 65 out of 100. So damn close. So close. But moving on to Knuckles, we can actually see the power for him is so strong that he has ripped the paper he originally came in to protect him with his fists. Now first impressions, it looks incredibly accurate to the movies with every little detail down. His expression was perfect, his eyes look magnificent, and every single part of this thing is so well made. But slotting the beautiful thing into the incredibly heavy base, here is the final thing. Incredibly hard to hold and get on camera because of its sheer weight and size. But the Knuckles standoff statue is now in my possession. Somehow, I genuinely still don't know how I have this. What the hell? And that is every single item that I managed to get from JP Fans related to Sonic the Hedgehog and 2 Super Mario items. Okay, whatever, who cares? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know, comment, give it a like, do all the YouTuber interaction stuff, and who knows, if enough people enjoy this, maybe I'll do it again. However, big thank you to JP Fans for letting me purchase all this stuff on their website. For the millionth and final time, if you use my promo code MasonPYT, you can get up to $86 in discounts. It's also a sign-up link that you can use in my profiles. And yeah, let me know what your favorite part of this video was, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye!